Hi guys, it's CarzwithJC here, and today we are out in Erick, my Rover 25 1.6 step speed that I rescued not long ago on the channel. Just gonna start him up quickly so I can open a window because we're starting to steam up. So I thought in today's video I will take him out for a drive because he's actually been sat on my drive for the past week, ever since I collected him, because I've been waiting for some actual weather to appear, but it never did. It just constantly rained and we've got nothing done. So what I've done is I haven't cleaned him up. I've just got the worst of the mold cleaned, so it's a bit more health hazard wise for me to drive to work and back. This is the first time I've actually taken him out since that last video. Obviously, I've been to Neil's and Sophie's since then because I went up to see them and had a catch up in Michael Jackson. And I also went to the Black Country Museum, Gaydon, the British Motor Museum, as well as we went to, where else did we go? Oh, Best of British, Rover Spares. Oh my God, that was the highlight of the whole entire trip. Literally going into a place that's got all genuine Rover bits on the shelves. Even the small tiny little Rover side badges that I've been searching for so long. Finally, Michael Jackson has got two on him, one each side. So I wanted to take Eric out for a drive because obviously he hasn't been out for a little while, and my plan was to start taking him to work and start testing out this head gasket job, make sure it's all done and there's no issues, because obviously the MOT is due next month in May. So I thought that would be the best idea. If anything occur, I can start fixing it before the MOT runs out. As well as, obviously, if you haven't seen on Facebook, Pride of Longbridge, the event that's up at the Longbridge plant, has actually been sadly cancelled due to weather. Not surprisingly, if you actually look around, it's just been raining for the past month, and everything is just saturated. It's no wonder old cars like this are leaking like sieves, because it just hasn't had a chance to dry. It's just been raining and raining and raining. So unfortunately, that's put a spanner in the works, because obviously I'd paid for holidays, hotels and all sorts, and getting MJ ready, and I was going to do a proper detailing video, which I'm still going to do, but it won't be necessarily next week when I have my holiday from work, because I took a week off to get him ready. I'm just going to start, hopefully if the weather stays nice, start working on Eric and start getting him ready and raving, because he needs a full-on clean. I want to put the wheels that are off Nigel that I bought off of POL at Project Nigel. If you haven't seen his channel, make sure to subscribe. Off his car onto this, but I just need to get the new tyres ordered and fitted. This needs a deep clean. Ideally, I want to get new seats for it, because these standard seats that are under here are horrid, and they've just not been very well looked after by the previous owner. So, as well as the rear bench has been eaten by either a dog or a mouse. Something's eating it, which is a shame. So ideally, I'd like to get some leather seats, preferably for this, because what my plans are is to do an OEM plus on this. So start adding some nice modern bits. From Best of British, I managed to get some genuine Starlight silver front bumper panels, as well as I've got some for the back. I've just got to collect them. I'm going to retrofit fog lights, so finally have this blank button will be a front fog light. I've got lots of things to do to this. Unfortunately, the sunroof, like I said in the previous video, it's been sealed up, so I can't do anything with that, but it doesn't leak, which is the main thing. There's quite a lot that I've got to do. I've got to do a coolant change. So obviously when I went up to see Neil and Sophie, Neil, obviously because he works for the AA and is a professional mechanic, he actually took out some time and showed me how to genuinely change and flush, as well as bleed the coolant. So MJ got a fresh coolant change, which I need to do to this one, as well as put on the new header tank after I've flushed it all, because I still think there's going to be a bit of oil residue in the coolant, because obviously this head gasket went really bad. It had all the cream in the coolant, so obviously all the pipes and stuff is going to be full of that. Expected, to be honest, even after the garage has done a coolant flush on it, it's what's going to happen. It's going to take a little while. So, and after speaking to Senior Mustard, who did my head gasket on Michael Jackson when he owned him, was telling me he actually took a hell of a lot of time to flush the stuff out of MJ. He even put a new radiator on, even like the garage has done with this one. So there's a lot to do. It also needs a service. Michael Jackson needs a few things doing to him as well. So there is going to be a lot of videos, but I know people always say that this channel just seems to be constant update videos or stories, but I'm not a person that wants to do a half-hearted job. I'd rather wait, if I have to, a month to do a video properly rather than post a crap one. So I'd rather post these little updates, introductions to new things, rather than no content at all. I know my channel is still very small. It's only just started, and it's obviously grown quite a bit because I'm friends with quite a few very big YouTubers like Paul and Boaty and everyone else. So I do appreciate everyone's support, but I work full time from I literally leave my house at 8 a.m. and get back at 8 p.m. I mean, sorry, every day pretty much. I only get a few days off every week, and it always tends to be raining like this, and I literally get nothing done. So I do apologise. I know a lot of people do want to see more videos from me, but I was going to do lots of videos at Pride of Longbridge and all sorts, but obviously now that's been cancelled. It's just put a massive spanner in the works, so I might end up going back up to Birmingham or Dudley and seeing Neil and Sophie for a couple more days, and then go to the Best of British Rover Spares and get some more parts for this one, because I really want to start smartening him up. He generally needs a good polish. He's got so many marks. I did get a few bits for this which was broken: a new rear heater button, a cigarette lighter because that was missing. I have generally got quite a lot of stuff that I've bought for this, so I just wanted to do an introduction video and see how everyone's doing. Has anyone got any ideas of videos you want to see? Do you actually like seeing these type of videos? Because in the summer I can take you through lots of really nice places here down in Cornwall. There's so many nice beaches. Ideally I want to stick to the car stuff on my channel, but I don't mind the odd vlog here and there, as well as obviously a lot is going to be changing. I know I keep saying that. There's a lot of stuff that has actually changed. I wasn't originally meant to be buying this. I was meant to be buying an MG ZT that was up in Newcastle, Upton Time. It was a black one for sale, which I really liked, but that soon fell apart when JM on Cars is ZTT come about, because that would have been more ideal for me. But unfortunately I booked it all, got Neil all planned out with Sophie and everyone to go up and get it from James, and then my train got cancelled and I literally couldn't get up, and the nearest train station from the one that got cancelled was in Exeter. It would have cost me more money than it would have been worth to get a taxi as well as pay another train ticket to go up and get it. And unfortunately James couldn't wait any longer because he needed the space, so it just fell through. So I ended up just scrapping the whole MG ZT thing, and then this one come about, and Robert rang me and just explained his situation, and I just said, well, I'll have him definitely, because I don't want him to go to scrap. So, you know, these things happen in life. Not everything happens, and things do happen for a reason, and I am over the moon to be back with Eric. But it's just upsetting to look at him, how deteriorated he's got, because a couple of owners haven't looked after him and haven't spent the time or money generally maintaining this sort of car that you should do. But he will get back to some sort of standard when I had him, and he might even get some few upgrades and start looking a lot more nicer. So I'm really looking forward to that. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Erick Power. God, I have missed a 1.6k series. Whacking back out of sport, and he then quietens down and lowers the rev range. This is why I like the CVT gearbox. And I wanted to do that, so I wanted to get it quite hot and oomph some power through it to make sure that temperature gauge doesn't move, nor has it smelt any different. So that's a good sign that the head gasket job is good. It seems to be driving absolutely perfect, bearing in mind this car is sat for, just watch this junction because people literally cut you up through there. This car is literally sadly sat for about a year doing nothing. I mean, I sold it on 25,000 miles. It's only on 26,933. So it's only literally done 2,000 miles in the other person's ownership. So it is sad how much they've destroyed it in literally 2,000 miles. It's unbelievable in a year of ownership. But like I keep going on about, it's definitely going to get back to how I used to have it. It generally drives superb. I just love it. Honestly, it's a fantastic car. So coming back to the subject of Pride of Longbridge, how is everyone dealing with that? Are you upset? Obviously, I'm upset because I've spent out quite a lot of money to go to the show, and obviously it would have been my first time going, as well as taking MJ and meeting all the people of the community and finally meeting them face to face. But you also have to realise that it has generally rained practically every single day, and you know, the fields are soaked, and it's no point everyone travelling from all different places of the world to a show and being all stuck in a field and ripping it all apart. But the one thing I was gutted was they said that they will cancel it, but they never mentioned of rescheduling it. I thought, well, it would have been best to postpone it to June or July when it's going to be actually summer and the field's going to be bone dry and it's not going to be a problem. We'll have nice weather and it'll just make the event even better than it normally would be. But nope. So hopefully there will be a reschedule, but from what I heard, they normally just cancel the event and it won't happen till next year, which I'm generally gutted by because I really wanted to go and I was looking forward to it. But these things happen. You generally can't help the weather, and there is generally no point wasting people's time coming to a field and getting stuck. So, but post your opinions in the comments. Were you actually going to Pride of Longbridge? What car you were taking? And where were you basically coming from, to be honest? So what I'm actually doing is I'm generally going to work, which I'm not working, and then driving straight home the other way that I'd normally do, to test out if there's any problems. Basically, I'm taking the risk. I've got no tools with me or anything, but I generally have faith in Erick to get me. The only annoying thing is the heater resistor is faulty, and I can only have the heater on 3 or 4. So I apologise if you keep hearing the fan going, but obviously it's wet weather, so it keeps steaming up in here. But yes, I'm literally really looking forward to what I have planned with this lovely Rover 25 called Erick. I also want to say that there will be a series coming, and I will be doing constant uploads, hopefully twice a week on this car, because there is generally that much to do. I'm looking forward to actually producing the content and getting it out, as well as I do also have a few things, like I said, to do on Michael Jackson. He also needs a good detail, a machine polish and a ceramic coat. I will do the same to this. Obviously, if you guys weren't aware, I used to run my own valeting and detailing business ever since I left school at the age of 16, and my massive passion was valeting and detailing, so I know how to do machine polishing, ceramic coating, all of that. So I will add quite a lot of that into my YouTube channel, because I do like car cleaning. I also want to start learning car maintenance. That's why I was so interested in Neil showing me how to do the coolant change and stuff like that, because I've self-taught myself most of the things like servicing a car and changing the brakes. You know, I've never changed a caliper, a disc or a pad in my whole entire life, and I did it on Michael Jackson, and it's still working today, and it still stops me, apart from it doesn't have ABS, and that is rather sketchy when you're doing 70, 75 down a motorway, where this one does have ABS. Not sure if it works, haven't done an emergency stop, but I'm sure it does. So obviously, another thing I want to say is a massive thank you to Rover Joe. If you don't watch his YouTube, make sure to go and check him out. He does lots of Rover MG, also Honda, and I think he's got a Triumph. I'm not very good with old cars, but he does quite a lot of stuff on cars and tutorials on maintenance and all that sort of stuff for most of his cars. So go check him out. I just wanted to give him a shout out because he kindly did me a recreation of my other channel art. If you haven't seen, my channel banner has changed, and it now includes Michael Jackson and Erick the Rover 25. and I'm over the moon with it. He does an absolute fantastic job. If you weren't aware, he made my logo, my intro and my outro and my channel banner. So if you also need channel art doing, make sure to check him out. So guys, I don't want to bore you with this horrible wet weather. I'm going to start getting some driving done.